Welcome, fighters, to the Fighterverse. Today we're taking a quick dive into one of SNK's most legendary figures, Mr. Karate. First appearing in the Art of Fighting series, he took on this persona to protect his family and dojo, becoming a symbol of strength and mystery. But what truly drives Mr. Karate? Is it honor, duty, or something darker? Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Fighterverse. Mr. Karate, also known as Mr. Karate, is the masked alter ego of Takuma Sakazaki, a character featured in several SNK games. His debut appearance was as the final boss in the Art of Fighting. Though his name wasn't explicitly mentioned during the gameplay, the announcer referred to him as Mr. Karate during Versus mode. The character's official name was solidified in later games. Takuma Sakazaki is a no-nonsense, serious fighter when dealing with those who follow a darker path. However, when it comes to his students, he has a tendency to say things that often come off as silly or out of touch. A traditionalist at heart and a lifelong fighter, Takuma struggles to connect with the younger generation. His old-fashioned ways and strict training methods often alienate new students, pushing many away from his dojo. On top of that, his obsession with making wheat noodles has become overwhelming to the point where even his most loyal students find it unbearable. As previously mentioned, Mr. Karate is the alter ego of Takuma Sakazaki, and therefore he wears the same black gi as Takuma. To conceal his true identity, Mr. Karate dons a Tengu mask, adding to his mysterious and intimidating appearance. Tengu, meaning heavenly dog, are legendary creatures in Shinto belief. They are classified as yokai, supernatural beings, or Shinto kami, gods or spirits. Originally, Tengu were believed to take the form of birds of prey of a monkey deity, and were traditionally depicted with a mix of human, monkey, and avian features. In the Art of Fighting series, Mr. Karate was portrayed as a serious fighter, motivated by his desire to protect his family. However, in more recent appearances, he's taken on the role of a superhero-like figure, a role model for future karate students. He teaches the values of honorable combat, but this has become something of a running gag. Takuma is often seen disguising himself as Mr. Karate to secretly spy on Ryu and the other fighters to check their progress, which usually irritates them. When Mr. Karate returned in The King of Fighters 13, his persona shifted to a more serious version, similar to his portrayal in SNK vs. Capcom, SVC Chaos. Although most fighters know that Takuma is the man behind the mask, they can't ignore the change in his fighting style. His aura becomes more intense, even bloodthirsty. Shinwoo finds this thrilling. Maxima struggles to read him, and even his own students. The Kyokushin Ryo is a fictitious fighting style employed by several characters in the Art of Fighting. Garou Mark of the Wolves and the King of Fighters game is produced by SNK. Notice that this version of Mr. Karate is far from the lighthearted version that they're used to. Saiki, despite being a villain, even praises this version of Mr. Karate. Whenever anyone calls him Takuma Sakazaki, Mr. Karate insists that his name is not Takuma, but Mr. Karate, demanding that everyone refer to him by that name. Mr. Karate has the ability to sense the absence of others by detecting their chi, or Kai energy. He can gather and channel Kai energy, enhancing his power during combat. Mr. Karate can launch energy-based projectiles, such as the Koken and the Haishikuken. He can infuse his strikes with Kai energy, increasing the impact and potency of his blows. Mr. Karate is capable of delivering a series of punches in rapid succession, hitting his opponent almost simultaneously. Mr. Karate has other versions as Serious Mr. Karate and Mr. Karate 2. Kyokushin Ryu Karate, meaning Extreme Limit Style Empty Hand, is a fictional martial art practiced by several characters in the Art of Fighting. Garou Mark of the Wolves and the King of the Fighters series produced by SNK. This fighting style is known for its powerful techniques and strict discipline, emphasizing both offensive and defensive skills in hand-to-hand combat. Terry Bogard is more than just a new fighter. He's a legend. Introduced in 1991's Fatal Fury, Terry has burned his way into the hearts of fighting game enthusiasts for over 3 decades. His fiery red jacket, boisterous personality, and signature moves, like the devastating Power Wave and the earth-shattering Buster Wolf, have cemented him as a fighting game icon. For many players, especially those who grew up in the golden age of arcades, Terry's inclusion is a nostalgic punch to the gut. It evokes memories of heated battles with friends, the frantic clinking of arcade joysticks, and the thrill of mastering a particularly brutal combo. But beyond the nostalgia factor, Terry brings a fresh layer of gameplay to Street Fighter VI. His Aikyo Seiken fighting style, a unique blend of kickboxing, kung fu, and pure fury, promises an aggressive and dynamic playstyle. Mastering his combos and utilizing his signature moves effectively will present a new challenge for seasoned Street Fighter players. Imagine the electrifying clash of Ryu's Sharugan against Terry's brutal Buster Wolf, or Chun-Li's lightning-fast kicks meeting the fiery onslaught of Terry's Power Wave. The possibilities for epic clashes and innovative strategies are endless. This crossover isn't just about adding another character, it's about injecting new life into the Street Fighter 6 meta, pushing both veterans and newcomers to adapt and evolve. Terry Bogard's fighting style is a unique blend of street fighting and martial arts, characterized by special moves and a dynamic combat approach. His signature moves, including the Power Geyser and Buster Wolf, have been meticulously adapted to fit SF6's combat system. This integration not only retains the essence of Terry's character, but also introduces new gameplay mechanics that challenge players to master his techniques. The addition of Terry's moveset provides fresh strategic elements, requiring players to develop new tactics and adapt to its fighting style. The inclusion of Terry Bogard significantly enhances the combat dynamics of SF6. His powerful projectiles and close combat abilities offer new strategies and opportunities for players to explore. This variety in combat mechanics ensures that battles remain engaging and unpredictable, keeping the gameplay experience fresh and exciting. Players will need to hone their skills and adapt to Terry's unique style, which adds a new layer of depth to the game. Community excitement and engagement. The announcement of Terry Bogard joining SF6 has been met with overwhelming excitement from the gaming community. Fans of both Fatal Fury and Street Fighter have celebrated this crossover, recognizing it's a tribute to the rich history of both franchises. This sense of celebration fosters a strong sense of community, as players share their enthusiasm and anticipation across social media platforms, forums, and gaming events. The inclusion of Terry Bogard has reignited passion among longtime fans and introduced a new generation of players to the iconic character. Terry's inclusion has also sparked widespread speculation about future crossovers and DLC additions. Fans are eagerly discussing which other iconic characters might join the SF6 roster, creating a buzz that keeps the community engaged and invested in the game's ongoing development. This speculation and anticipation contribute to sustained interest in SF6, ensuring that the game remains at the forefront of the fighting game genre. The potential for future crossovers keeps players excited and engaged, driving continued interest and participation. Terry Bogard's addition to SF6 is a celebration of the rich history of fighting games. Characters like Terry and Ryu are not just fighters, they're cultural icons with decades of history and influence. Their presence in SF6 underscores the genre's ability to transcend generations and remain relevant in the ever-evolving landscape of gaming. This crossover is a testament to the enduring appeal and cultural significance of these characters and their respective franchises. It highlights the rich legacy of fighting games and their impact on popular culture. The inclusion of Terry Bogard serves as a bridge between generations of gamers. Longtime fans of Fatal Fury will appreciate seeing Terry in a new context, while newer players who are primarily familiar with Street Fighter will be introduced to a legendary character. This bridging of generations enhances the game's appeal and ensures that it resonates with a broad audience. It fosters a sense of continuity and connection, bringing together players of all ages and backgrounds. For players who may have drifted away from SF6, the inclusion of Terry Bogard provides a compelling reason to return. The introduction of a beloved character can revitalize interest in the game, encouraging former players to re-engage with SF6 and explore new content. This revitalization helps maintain the game's longevity and relevance in a competitive market. It demonstrates the power of strategic content updates and sustaining player interest and engagement over time. Potential for future crossovers. The successful integration of Terry Bogard opens the door for more crossover characters in the future. Capcom's willingness to explore cross-franchise collaborations suggests that other iconic figures from SNK or different gaming universes could join the SF6 roster. This potential for future crossovers keeps the game fresh and exciting as players look forward to new additions that expand the game's diversity and appeal. It encourages speculation and anticipation, driving continued interest in the game. The potential interactions and rivalries Terry could develop with established Street Fighter characters adds another layer of anticipation and excitement. Imagining the dynamic between Terry and characters like Ryu, Ken, or Chun-Li is thrilling for fans. These interactions can create memorable moments and deepen the game's narrative complexity. They add a layer of depth and complexity to the game's storytelling, making it more engaging and immersive. Terry Bogard's inclusion in SF6 sets a new standard for character crossovers in fighting games. It demonstrates that integrating characters from different franchises can be done seamlessly and successfully, enriching the gameplay and narrative experience. This crossover is likely to inspire other developers to pursue similar collaborations, leading to more innovative and exciting character additions in the future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.